Why is it that so many neurodivergent people play D&D, or tabletop RPGs in general? It could be the fantasy of a life free from mundane obligations where we are untethered and allowed to live to our fullest potential on our own terms. It could be our immense capacity for imagination and creativity finally having a socially valid outlet. Maybe that pastor in my hometown was right, and kids who don't sit still have a spiritual affinity for the occult. Who's to say? But I am autistic. I have ADHD and bipolar 2. And my D&D career is old enough to smoke, drink, vote, and rent a car in America. In that time, I've run into plenty of folks like me with cognitive differences who look at the seemingly Herculean task of running or even playing D&D and write it off as one of the many things in a neurotypical world that's not for them. If any of that describes you, dear viewer, I have some wonderful news. It is for you. It's all for you. It always has been. Even if you don't have a diagnosis or don't consider yourself neurodivergent at all, if you think that the task of running or playing a tabletop RPG is beyond your capacity, I am here to disabuse you of that notion. Together, we can foster an environment where people with all kinds of cognitive differences can run or play a game and feel confident and comfortable about it. Tabletop role-playing has a reputation for a certain arcane complexity. We are, after all, poring over tomes, pondering our strange little rocks, and ultimately using math to simulate elves. But over the decades, these things have been blown way out of proportion. I promise, it's simpler than you think. Throughout my life, I've had difficulties with short-term memory, rejection sensitivity, reading comprehension, social interaction, mathematics, overstimulation, understimulation, you name it. And yet, people keep asking me to run games for them. What's more, I even have a pretty good time doing it. And I'm here to show you that D&D can look like this. Yeah, the goblin hits you with his short sword and deals 4 points of damage. Or like this.
You dare to insult the great Razumafu?
And everything in between, and it's all valid. So if you want to learn how to run or play the game in a more executive function friendly way, if you want to figure out exactly what world building and game prep you really need to do and what you don't, or if you just want to be in solidarity with all us goblin-brained gamers, come on in and sit a while. There's a seat by the fire and we've got a stew going. Over the last few years, this silly little channel has gathered a group of folks from all over the world who are just absolutely relentless in their encouragement, empathy, and compassion. I'm sure at least one of us can lend you a helping hand, or at the very least a knowing wink. Likewise, if you're a DM with a neurodivergent player, hello, Ang. If you're a DM with a neurodivergent player and you want to know how to accommodate them, this community is here to help with that too. I can only speak from my own experiences, but I do know some pretty cool people who are happy to lend their qualified opinions from time to time. Not all of my videos are related to being neurodivergent, and not all of them are related to tabletop role-playing, but they're all at least one of those things. If that sounds like it could help you,
Subscribe, ring the bell, read the book, light the candle, excommunicate yourself from those who are not
subscribed to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here. Dale.
So sit, yes,